Okay, this is a little test of your ability here. This is how to braid a loop into the end of a rope. And this is 5/8 poly rope. And I've already put the tape around it up on top here and burned the ends so I can push the 3 strands through my 3-strand line and create that loop. So what I do is I unravel, generally about, well, I think I'll do about 6-7 inches this time. Yeah, we'll go one more. Okay, so we're going to have about that much, and like I said, that's about 7 inches. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up, I'm going to find out where I want my loop, and I'm going to have a loop right about there, just like so. So I'm going to open up the strand of the rope, and I'm going to take, you see, we're going to have a left side, the middle, and a right side. Okay, so my middle is right here, and my right side's here, and my left side is on the bottom. And I'm going to open up that line, and I'm going to shove that middle piece in through, just like that. Keep this left side up on top of your main line here. All right. Now this is the most important part, so you don't get screwed up. Okay, we've got the loop, right? Now what we do is we're going to work with the right side. And the right, we're just going to lightly roll this line so I can show you. All right, so here, the middle went through here. Now I'm going to take the right side, and it's going to go underneath this guy here. So I'm going to go spin that rope just like this. And I'm going to open up this guy just like this, and I'm going to put this guy through here. Now this is the right side I'm working with. And that's going to go through just like so. And then I'm going to tighten her up. Okay? So if I go back over to where I started from, that's what I've got. Okay? It's pretty simple. If you don't start this way in the beginning right, you're going to get totally screwed up, because I've done this a million times and I almost have to watch my own videos sometimes to remember how to do it. So now, we've got those two done. Now I'm going to roll the whole rope over. Okay? This being the left side, when I now that piece is this piece is gonna go underneath this guy this way and out that way. So I'm gonna open up this guy right here, just like so, and it's gonna go in here and out. See, just like that. And this is a poly rope. So now you know for a fact that you've started your loop right, because these guys are perfectly in line. They're parallel. The loop part of this line, these guys are parallel. And each strand is equidistant around the rope. I need myself a little bit more line here so I can spin this around. Okay, now it's just a matter of taking each one of these strands and jumping one of the lines here. Then you go open up this next one and go under and through. So just pay attention and watch while I do this. Under and through. Okay, we're going to go over this guy. Under and through. And you can start to make out some semblance of order as we do this. And as you go, keep these tight and taut. And this is where you can get screwed up if you don't look at your line real carefully. We're going to go under and through. Okay? So if I actually pull them this way, that's the better thing to do, so you can see what the heck's going on. Right? So we're equidistant with our strands, our single strands going around our rope line. And we're going to go over this guy, open up the next one, and go in and through, just like that. Over that guy. In and through. This is why it's important to keep these guys up the line as we work it, because if you don't, you can get a little screwed up on this next coarse as you go down the line, especially on this poly rope, because it tends to open up as you go, kind of fall apart a little bit. See, we're still equidistant all the way around the line there. Let me get some more line here. Okay, it's important to pull these guys, keep them taut as you go. See how nice that is? Now we're going to go same thing. Open up your strands. That poly rope, like I say, can be real bare because there's poly fibers on the inside. And okay. Like I say, if you start in the very beginning correctly, you'll never go wrong. This is where you got to be able to look at this thing. Okay, so this next one, we got to go open this guy, and it goes through here, just like that. There we go. We can do it one more. I'm going to do it one more time, and then I'm going to show you how to burn that end again. I'm just tightening up the strands as I go, make it look better up the line here. Okay, one more. Let's see, we're going to go cross over this guy and under this guy on this one here. You can kind of see how that poly falls apart a little bit as you do this, but don't worry about that, because at the very end it'll look fine once you start putting tension on it. These are our seaplane lines here for our airplanes. We use a poly rope because we wrap these ropes around our seaplane struts and fittings, and if you don't use a poly rope, use a nylon or a all cotton rope, those ropes will stay full of moisture, and if you're in the salt water, which we are all the time, they act like a wick, and all they do is have salt on them all the time and rot the fittings out. So now you just kind of pull and tug on these guys until it starts looking good. Okay, keeping that tight. And then I'm going to start my, I just started already, and I'm going to put a glove on here in this operation, because now you take a real sharp razor knife. Don't cut yourself. By golly, don't cut yourself. Like I say, this is how I do it. I'm not sure if anybody wants to do it my way, but this is the way I do it so I don't get screwed up. And then I slice that right there, and I bend this guy over like so, and I start burning that end right there. Melt that stuff, and I can put my glove to it because I got a nice rubber glove there. Probably better to use a leather glove, but this one works just fine too. See how that poly rope just falls apart, but it's good. We like it. We don't, you know, these things last a season, then we throw the ropes out basically. And we'll come around to this guy. Do one more time. Slice that thing right there. Then as we put tension on these lines on the seaplanes, obviously it's not falling apart. So there you go. That is it. And then we wrap these loops around the seaplanes, around the struts, and that's what you got. So like I say, as long as you've got your start and it looks just like that, you've got a perfect loop right there. And man, is that good. That's tough. Okay, thanks for watching.